Hi YouTube, so today I'm here to just chat with you for a little bit. I just spit. To just chat with you for a little bit because I feel like I haven't done that in a while, and yeah, I've just been kind of going through some stuff and I wanted to chat with you guys because that just seems like my best option right now. I've kind of exacerbated other forms of chatting with real life people, and I still don't feel like I've said it enough times or something, so I don't know, there's something about saying it to you all that makes a difference. So that's what I'm doing. If you don't like kind of vloggy random videos, I just uploaded one which was my foundation routine that a lot of you guys wanted to see, so I will have that linked below, and it is on my uploaded videos. It was the one right before this, so you can go watch that instead. This is just for the people that I tend to like to watch these videos. So yeah, yeah, for like a week I was gone. I was not up at school in my school town. I went home for a week, which I'm just going to publicly apologize. I already messaged the winner of my giveaway, which I know was forever ago. I got her package all put together and I ended up going home and something happened, and I didn't get it out until pretty much today. So Hannah, I apologize, but you will be receiving that ASAP, so yeah, don't worry. But yeah, that's totally not like me to just not send out a prize or not do something that I say I would do, but it just sort of happened. So basically, a friend of mine passed away, and yeah, it happened like a week ago, and it was just sort of a freak accident, no one to blame or anything like that. But yeah, it just sort of really shook me up, and at the moment, like when I was at home, I saw my old friends and they were all like, wow, you're handling this really well. Well, I mean, it's not really real yet. You know, it won't be real until I'm at school and I go to a cafe and she's not working there anymore, you know? So I'm a little bit numb to it right now. Yeah, but the world just feels a little bit darker without her. So basically that happened, and it's the first time I've had to deal with a death of a friend. I knew people in high school that had passed away. A kid at my school passed away, and I unfortunately did not have the pleasure of knowing him, but I did know of him. We just weren't friends and had never had the opportunity to speak, and so it didn't affect me the same way it affected his friends, of course. So this is definitely a whole new ball game for me, dealing with this, because it just has rocked my world. I see everyone posting like on her Facebook page and just like reaching out, and I think that's lovely. It just feels so weird to do that. Does that make sense? Like, it just feels so weird to write on her Facebook when she's not there to say anything or to do the silly like of it. Yeah, you know what I mean. It just feels very weird. So I haven't posted anything about it on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook, or anything like that. It's just been me kind of dealing with it mentally and internally, and yeah, it's definitely a big thing that's happened. So I'm working on different ways that I can personally memorialize, is that a word? Maybe. We'll make it a word. Her and her memory to me. She was my first friend in college. It's not Victoria, obviously, but she was my first friend in college, one of the first people I met in my first college class. And she was just like such a bright, shining star, and she just like drew people to her, and we sat by each other the entire quarter when we had that class. It was a film class, and I continued to stay friends with her. I didn't hang out with her actively all the time, but she was definitely someone that was always in my life. And then recently I had a personal empowerment class, and she was in that class, and we reconnected. And I remember the last day, we did a circle be with, so basically there were people in a center circle and people on the outside circles, and you kind of switch people, go around in the circle, and a be with is essentially just being with somebody, not speaking, just looking at each other, and it's really, really powerful. I mean, I highly recommend trying that, because it's awkward at first, and you let out some awkward giggles, but if you both want to do it, it's an amazing thing. And I was fortunate enough, she was having a not so good day that day, and I had the flu, and we were just like so there, and we both were just like crying, and we just connected in a way that was just really special. So that's definitely the best memory right now I can like think of. Yeah, it's just a really good memory that sticks out to me. So, yeah, I just love her so much, and always will. So I'm thinking of different ways to have a memorial for myself. I missed the memorial up here in Northern California where it was held. And it was unfortunately not in town when it happened, so I didn't get to go, and so I'm gonna have to do something on my own just to do something special. So I am thinking she took a lot of pictures. She was an amazing photographer, and her pictures are still up on her Facebook, so I may try to jack some of those and create a collage or a 3-picture image of my 3 favorites and hang them somewhere just to keep her with me all the time. Yeah, so basically I wanted to share that with you guys, that has happened in my life. I'm okay. I'm dealing with it. I think it's just the fact too that she lived more life than I have seen some 80-year-olds live. You know, she did so much. She traveled and she loved helping kids and worked with kids all the time. She loved animals and volunteered at animal places, and she just lived life and radiated life. And like I said, the world is a little bit darker without her, but she's definitely with me, I know, and she brings me a lot of joy, just her memory. So yeah. So I'm not really sure what to go into next. I don't want it to just like make a totally spit again a random transition, and I don't want it to seem like I'm not obviously like sad about it. I love her and I miss her and I am sad about it, but as she would want life to go on, she was a big supporter of my videos. Once I announced that I did them at my personal empowerment class, she was definitely one to empower me to start posting and sharing it with a lot of people, and just brought me a lot of confidence. So anyway, basically I am going to move on, but yeah, I love her. So I guess one thing, I just kind of immediately went into that because it's been at the forefront of my brain for the last week. But one thing that's really exciting, if you can't tell, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can tell, but I was saying, because I am in my new apartment right now, obviously, I was saying how I didn't have the best lighting situation. And I was standing in front of my window, which is right there, and that's what the last couple of videos have been, is right in front of that window. Well, I have solved this problem, because right behind you right now are 2 large softbox lights, and they are beautiful, and oh my god, my eye is just so bad. But they're awesome, and I think they're great. From what I can tell in the viewfinder, the lighting is pretty damn good, so you can let me know what you think. I will probably continue to use these because this is what I have, and My grandparents helped me buy them. I paid for about half of it. They paid for about half of it. I just got them off of eBay, so if you're interested, I would just say Google or eBay, eBay search softbox lighting, and I just got the cheapest ones. I think they were about $70 for two of them. Two of them? Two of them. That was four. I'm not doing so good with the number finger counting thing. Two of them. And yeah, they're great though. I figured out how to put them together, and it was super simple. And from what, like I said, from what I can tell, I think the lighting's pretty good. But again, I'm pretty far away from the viewfinder, so we shall see in editing and uploading what this all looks like. But I do know that I like to do these type of videos, and when I start doing these psychology vlogs, which I promise are coming soon, this will be a very useful tool. All I can say is that I'm already like getting super warm from these lights. Like, damn, they are hot. So I'll have to remember to open up the window or something like that when I do them next time. Film next time. Let's see, what else? Another update, I guess, is I got a job, thank the Lord. I just had a second interview at Urban Outfitters, and I got the position. So, I'm thrilled about that, and I'm just really happy. So, that's a good deal. Yeah, and there's, I don't know, I just like Urban Outfitters. I'll get a little bit of a discount, which is nice. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure when I get to start. During the interview, I was told, from what I thought it was like a week later, so like not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I would do the orientation, but now I'm thinking, I thought she threw out the date the 27th, so maybe it's the week after, and if that's the case, that's kind of far away, and I may go home again. I don't know. I gotta feel out the whole situation. My friend Sean works there, so he's going to feel it out and ask too, maybe about when I'll start. But I gotta go through the whole orientation thing, which is going to be fine, and yeah, so I'm just really happy because I love that I can wear what I always wear there. I don't have to worry about dressing a certain way because I already dress that way, so it's perfect. But yeah, I'm super excited, and yeah, I'm just really thrilled to have a job again. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story, and you all can believe me, not believe me, whatever. But it happened when I was home, and I was at my friend Stephanie's house. So basically, a little background with me is I have had, from what I will honestly say, is a lot of like paranormal experiences. I know this is totally random. I feel like I've had a lot of paranormal experiences. When I was in my old house, I mean, lots of stuff happened, and I remember telling my mom about it. She believed me, she knew it was very real for me, but she didn't necessarily feel like it was real for her. She just thought, okay, she's like freaking herself out. Then things started happening and my mom saw it, so she started to believe, not with me telling her, it happened to her. So that house was definitely haunted. It was a very, very old house, so I'm not surprised. Well, yeah, and if you want me to tell you more about that, like my personal experiences at my old house, I'll kind of list through the stories in another video. If you'd like to hear that, you can comment down below. If you don't really care, that's cool too. I'll let you know what happened at Stephanie's house though. So, okay, first of all, I walk in the door, and sitting there at the table, in like the kind of the front room, is Stephanie, another Stephanie, and my friend Alex. Like, we're all gonna hang out, right? Walk in the door, and Stephanie tells me, make sure you shut the door all the way, because it's been opening by itself. And I'm like, alrighty. So I was like, how do I shut it all the way? And she told me if you lift up the handle, you can hear it click. So I did such a thing. I did it. I heard it click. I pulled on the door. It was not opening for anybody, you know. And I went and sat down. And we started playing apples to apples. And of course we made it as perverse and terrible as possible, because that's how you play apples to apples. If you don't have Cards Against Humanity with you at the time, you just make apples to apples as terrible as possible. It was a lot of fun. And so, God, I had bad posture. So we were playing, and Stephanie has a dog, a big black lab called Wyatt. His name's Wyatt, and Wyatt was staring at the front door, just staring, standing there, not doing anything, staring. And And Stephanie was like, Wyatt, what are you doing? And Alex turns around and looks, she's closest to the door, and the door is wide open, maybe 10 minutes after I got there. So, yeah, what the hell, basically. Like, I made sure the door was shut, I pulled on it, I knew it was shut, and it opened. So that was a little bit off-putting. Her sister gets there, and her sister's, I believe, 15, Kaylee. Her name's Kaylee, and the other Stephanie and Alex leave, and so it's just me, Steph, and I know it's two Stephanies, a little bit confusing, but me, Steph, and her sister Kaylee are left at their house. And we go and get Taco Bell, and we're just chilling, and Kaylee was telling me in the car how she's been experiencing a lot of really kind of horrifying things in their house. And I was, you know, interested because I'm very intrigued by the whole paranormal thing. So I tell her to go, or tell her to tell me the stories. So she reported to me, you know, hearing somebody whisper her name when she was in bed, and also when she walked downstairs and was looking into the kitchen, she said she saw a figure standing at the sink, and then she watched it run around the sink and into the living room, and then it disappeared, which is a little bit off-putting, and that was, I think, it. And so as she is telling me these stories when we were at their house and we were around the sink area, her dog Wyatt was standing, or sitting, or not sitting even, laying at the back door, and he, I mean, freaks out. I mean, there's no sound, it's like silent, no TV is on, nothing, silent in the house besides us kind of murmuring, and we're talking pretty quietly, I think because we're all kind of spooked, you know. And Wyatt, I mean, lets out an ear-piercing bark. Like, I've never heard him bark like that. He barks at me when I come in the door, so I know what that bark sounds like. When it's like somebody, a stranger at the door, I know what that sounds like. This was a little bit different. He, like, jumped up and ran into the next room, and then just, like, stood there and stared, and then trotted back. And he laid back down. And we were a little bit, I mean, we all, like, freaked out when he jumped up and did it. Like, we all gasped because we're all kind of on edge anyway. And, yeah, we were all freaked out. It was terrifying. So we, you know, I'm saying, okay, let's go investigate. Let's go upstairs. Let's check it out. So we go upstairs, and I immediately feel the way I feel when I was at my old house, which is a very hard feeling to explain. It's not the same feeling as, like, just kind of being scared, because that's kind of a feeling if you're, like, home alone and you think you hear something, you know, you get a little bit scared in the pit of your stomach. It's different than that. This is, like, an overwhelming, like, presence, if that makes sense. Like, you feel people, like, you feel someone there. And, I mean, I had been around Stephanie and Kaylee all night, and I didn't feel that presence of people. It was only when I walked upstairs. And it felt to me, it got as intense as feeling like a fever. Like, the inside of my body, I was on fire, and I had chills all on the outside of my body. I wasn't cold, but I could just, oh, it was, yeah. So I had that the entire time I was upstairs. I went back downstairs, and I was fine. But as we were upstairs, we were looking around, very quiet, you know, looking through the rooms, just checking things out. And we were in Stephanie's room, and Stephanie was in her closet, and both Kaylee and I immediately heard the same thing, because we looked at each other, and she said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "What do you think you heard?" And I'm like, I can't really explain it, but it kind of sounded like, I mean, I'm gonna attempt to replicate it, but it sounded like, or something like that, so like a quick thing. And then she said, "I thought I heard my piano. I thought I heard 3 notes going up on my piano. That's what I heard." And I didn't realize she had a piano, or that might have been my guess. But we heard the same, like, 3 thing, and her door is shut, and we go over there and open it up, and the piano isn't even plugged in, but we both definitely heard something to that extent. Anyway, I know that these aren't terribly telling stories besides my intense feelings of somebody there or something there, and then, you know, just the weird things that happened, but it definitely felt very much like my old house did. And like I said previously, that house was 100% something was in that house. I have my own guesses, but I can tell you that story in another vlog. If you would like to hear that, please request it down below, or else this vlog is just going to end up being way too long. But yeah, so that's what happened at Stephanie's house. Pretty intense, and I left just feeling very weird. And we were wanting to use the Ouija board, and we didn't have one, but we would have tried to create one, and then we opted not to. I know there's a huge controversy of whether or not people should use those or tamper with it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really know where I stand on that, but yeah, so that's what happened when I was home. Yeah, but I had a really good visit when I was home. It was nice kind of being away, and just getting to see old friends. I saw my friend Zach, and I hadn't seen him in six years, everybody. And he was a senior when I was a freshman in high school, and it was great. It was great seeing him. We visited and talked for a couple hours one evening when I didn't really want to go home. I had missed, what's it called? I had missed the memorial of my friend, and I wasn't really wanting to go home. It was like midnight. I was like, I'm not down to be home alone by myself, and so I opted to go over to Zach's and chat, and it was really nice. So it was good to catch up with him. Saw some other people, and yeah, it was really, really nice. So I had a very good visit, but I am happy to be back and filming videos again for you guys. Today, I'm just kind of feeling a little bit down. I've pretty much been indoors all day long. I had a migraine earlier, and I tried to sleep it off. I took a nap, and I've just been not doing anything. So, yeah, well, but tomorrow I'll probably be a little bit more productive. I'm going to, what am I going to do? Try to film a lookbook. I'm going to start working on a thrifted lookbook for you guys. I'm not really sure of the theme yet, maybe a summer. If you have any ideas of what kind of lookbook you want to see, you can request it down below. By that time, I'll probably have already started one, but if you throw out any really good ideas, I'll maybe do another one later. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was really random, but I really felt like I needed to reach out to you guys, and I wanted to test my new lighting, which I'm excited about, but I felt like I needed to reach out to somebody because it just I feel very alone at the moment, and reaching out to you guys makes me feel a little bit better. So, yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you are having a wonderful week and summer, and you are enjoying summer as much as possible. Just remember that I love you, and I would love to chat with you guys in the comments down below, and I would also love to chat with you on my other social media outlets. I know every YouTuber mentions this at the end, but I have a Twitter, which is Veronica Ann S. Everything is always linked down below, but I figured I would just kind of list it out right here. Maybe I'll write them up here, because it is a white blank wall that should have some writing there at some point. So up here is my Twitter, Veronica Ann S. Follow me on that. Instagram, where I post a lot of outfits, thrifted pieces that maybe I won't feature in a haul, or just kind of random stuff, and a lot of food. I post a lot of food, so if you like hashtag food porn, you'll like my Instagram, and that is Veronicat3. And my Tumblr, I post a lot of random stuff, my thoughts. I'll answer questions if you want to throw any out there. And I reblog a lot of hot guys, so, and a lot of hot girls too. And my Tumblr is Poison Poppies. So you can check out all of those, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys, and yeah, bye. Really fast update, because I just got a text from Stephanie. She just said, she literally just texted me as I'm filming this, and said, so stuff in my room was moved, I didn't move it. And I'm like, seriously? And she said, yeah, one of my pictures on my side table was half behind it. What, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Yeah. And one of my paintings was halfway off the wall. So anyway, shit's going down at her house.